The NFL playoffs are winding down, and it is championship week. Thanks for joining me here for another edition of Picks with David. 2 games here on Sunday to talk about, and we'll begin in Philadelphia with the NFC Championship game. The San Francisco 49ers, champions of the NFC West with a 13-4 record, take on the NFC East champions with a sterling 14-3 record, the Philadelphia Eagles. San Francisco had to get through the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys to get here to the NFC Championship game. Philadelphia had the first round bye, and then they defeated the New York Giants in the divisional playoffs. Here we have a test of the NFC Titans coming together. The 49ers, the best defense in the NFC. The Eagles, the best offense in the NFC. The rubber meets the road, as they say. And when you look at this team, we'll start with the 49ers. They've inserted Brock Purdy, and he has been spectacular. Very efficient, not turning the ball over, maintaining the passing game while the running backs and the receivers do their thing. They have an array of excellent weapons on offense, from Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle to catch the ball. In the backfield, they've got Christian McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel also goes in there at times. They also have Jerry Wilson Jr. And with these weapons that they have, the offense is cruising right along. They have struggled at times early in games, but the longer the game goes on, that running game wears down their opponents. The defense envelops the offense's quarterbacks. They knock down the ball, they get turnovers, and they make big plays off of the turnovers. The 49ers are my favorite at the beginning of the season to make it to the Super Bowl. In the other team here, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have been in cruise control almost from the beginning of the season. They have looked dynamic and excellent with the running ability of Jalen Hurts, his mobility to extend plays, get out of the pocket, take off and run with quarterback draws and designed plays has really been one of the things that's kept teams off balance. They've got excellent running backs in the backfield in the form of Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell. At the receiver positions, tight end Dallas Goedert has been excellent this year. They've had Devontae Smith last year in the draft, and this year they added A.J. Brown. And so this array of weapons on their team has led them to be the number one offense in the NFC. So when you look at this matchup, it all comes down to which defense is going to be able to make the plays that they need to make to stop the other team. Now, San Francisco is going to be going on the road here, playing at Lincoln Financial Field, the Link, but defense travels. I know it's going to be an early game for them because of the time clocks in their system, basically a noon Pacific kickoff here on the East Coast for them. But I think that this team has all of the attributes that it will take to not only win the NFC, but to win the Super Bowl. They run the football. They play defense. The quarterback doesn't make mistakes, and he has played even better than Jimmy Garoppolo and way better than Trey Lance, as I think the 49ers have found their quarterback of not only the present, but also the future. The Eagles are a tough matchup for the 49ers. They're dynamic on offense. They're going to make plays down the field. And it's up to that defense of the 49ers to keep this Eagles offense in check and give the Niners offense a chance to get going so that they can take the lead throughout the game, and then the defense will be able to hold it. I think that the Eagles are going to come out like a ball of fire. I think they're going to make plays. Both teams are going to feel each other out. But when it all comes down to it, once again, the defenses win championships. San Francisco has been there just a couple of years ago. They've bolstered their offense to go along with that great defense, and I think the 49ers win the NFC Championship game. Now, who do you think wins the game? Leave a comment below. Like the video if you like what you've heard so far. Let's move on to the AFC Championship. It is a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. The AFC North Bengals, at 12-4 in the regular season, take on the AFC West and number 1 seed, 14-3 Kansas City Chiefs. The Cincinnati Bengals got through the Baltimore Ravens and went on the road and beat the Buffalo Bills. Kansas City had the number 1 seed, and they knocked off the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. Here, these two teams know each other very well. They've played 3 times in the last 2 seasons, including last year's AFC Championship game. The Kansas City Chiefs have gotten out to a big lead in all 3 of the games that they played against the Bengals. But somehow, Joe Burrow and the group always seems to come back and win the game. I think this could be an identical situation in this particular game. But let's take a look first at the Cincinnati Bengals. They've got Joe Burrow, who exudes confidence, bordering on a cocky situation. He's got great players at receiver in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Hayden Hurst, the tight end. The running back room has really come on here the later part of the season. Joe Mixon has led the way, and Samaje Perine has come along. Defensively, they've been able to do some things against some of the better teams in the league. The pass rush has come along, Sam Hubbard, along with Trey Hendrickson. And this group is going to have to face one of the best offensive lines in football in Kansas City. Now, Kansas City may be able to hold up under normal circumstances, but Patrick Mahomes has an injured ankle. Now, I don't believe it's as bad as we were first led to believe, because it sure looked bad on the replay. And when you look at that situation, I think his mobility is definitely going to be limited compared to normal. Therefore, Kansas City, in my mind, is going to stick to a quick passing game. I think that they'll use a lot of jet sweeps. We'll see screens and draws. They're going to lean on the running game. And they found a diamond in the rough in 7th-round draft pick Isaiah Pacheco. Teamed with Jerick McKinnon and his receiving ability out of the backfield, Kansas City has a dynamic set of running backs for which to choose from. They'll also throw in some Ronald Jones. We may see, some Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It just depends on who's going to be available for the game. Now, at wide receiver, the loss of Tyreek Hill has not affected the team as badly as others believed. Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Sky Moore have come in, and the addition midseason of Kadarius Toney have really allowed this team to spread the ball around. Patrick Mahomes gets it to his array of receivers, and the most dangerous of all is Travis Kelce. Cincinnati has locked him up a little bit throughout their matchups, but he continues to find ways to get open with this Andy Reid offense. I think Kansas City will lean on the running game. They will get the ball on short passes to Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster. We'll see jet sweeps with Mecole Hardman, who's coming back from injury, Kadarius Toney, screen passes to Sky Moore, and also to Blake Bell and Noah Gray, the other tight ends. In the end, I think you look at the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, and they have themselves some pass rush. They added George Karlaftis in the offseason, the rookie from Purdue. They've had Carlos Dunlap this season, who's done a fine job. Frank Clark is starting to come on here near the end of the year, and you can never forget about Chris Jones in the middle to push that pocket towards Joe Burrow. I think the Kansas City Chiefs can get the lead, but I think it's going to be up to this defense to hold it once again. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of faith in the secondary of the Kansas City Chiefs. I love the Chiefs. I'm a big Chiefs fan, and I want them to win the game. But I think when it all comes down to it, a little bit of lack of mobility from Mahomes, a little bit of, Joe Burrow magic. I hate that they're calling Arrowhead Burrowhead, but I really think that the Cincinnati Bengals may have the Kansas City Chiefs number. I'm exceptionally concerned about, the way us fans of the Kansas City Chiefs are taking this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hope I'll be wrong. But I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be like the 1990s Atlanta Braves in baseball. They're going to get there. They're going to make noise. They're going to be great all year long. They just can't seem to get over the hump. They got their one championship. I just don't see them winning another one anytime soon because of injuries, lack of defense in the secondary. Cincinnati got there last year. This year, they're going to do it again. I've got the Cincinnati Bengals winning the AFC Championship to face the San Francisco 49ers. Who do you think wins the AFC Championship? Put a comment in below. Tell me how you feel about this matchup and what you think's going to happen. In the meantime, if you liked the video overall, please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos as we head into the Super Bowl in just 2 weeks. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again next time right here on Picks with David.